Hello, this is Nazir Merritt from GPE 104 for Introduction to Game Programming, and this is my Sprite Mover. This is the working sprite. Moving life around. Personal rotation. Going back to original rotation or transform. GP. It can control Shift P completely stops the sprite itself, and then I hit Shift P again, moving again. Control Q completely destroys, quote unquote, destroys the sprite and brings it back. And then I have something that's with Control Up that makes it go at an angle, one phase at a time. This was me trying to make it expand, but instead I made it go at an angle. But it's basically the same thing as we did with Shift. This is me pressing Shift and using arrow keys. Oh. Alright, now we're going to overlook the code for what I just did. Sprite Mover, right now I use the get key code, and after that I use the get key down for both. First for the Shift, the get key, and then the get key down for the arrow keys, because you only want to do it once per time you press the input. And then next we have the space bar, which sets the orientation of the sprite back to 0, 0, 0 for the vector. And once again I use get key down, transfer position equal to the new position that space gives the sprite object. As we go further on down, we have just a regular movement, left, right, up, down, with the regular arrow keys. Once again I use get key, and I transfer the vector back to 0, mouse speed to 0, which is basically going up, using up arrow key, and then get key down arrow, which is 0, negative mouse speed 0, and it basically moves the sprite down because of the negative, and so on and so on. Next we have the sprite disabler. In this one, we declared the game object to disable. Then we use that to deactivate the sprite, or disable the sprite, or quote unquote destroy it, you would say. So I hit input get key down, key code using Q, and then object disabled. I said first set to active, and then I said disable itself with the exclamation mark to be not active. Once the key is pressed, as we move on, this was what I worked on to try to enlarge the sprite, which make it bigger or make it smaller, but instead I made it go on a transition angle as it moved, kind of like the teleportation with the Shift and using the arrow keys. Instead you use the Control, and if you press the up or down key, you go down or up at an angle, one block at a time. As you can see, input key down, vectors, and there's comments along the code, usually above each function before after I code it. Next we have the immobile script. Basically stops the sprite from moving at all, as you've seen before. And with this one I declared the sprite mover as I.M, and then I used the I.M to grab the sprite mover component as seen here. And then after that I used I applied the get key P, and then once you got P key, it would take the I.M and enabled, and it would disable it so it would stop moving. Next we have the exit game script. With this one, you just exit out of the game once you load it up and build it. I'm about to do that right now. Change scene. File. Run. Wow, I see that. Bring that over here. Now I gotta go to right here. Now we have, once again we have this going. Once I hit Shift P, it stops it from moving. makes it not moving, and then I press Shift P again and start moving again. Now I hit Shift Q, it's completely gone, destroy it basically. Bring it back. Now I wish I really had like some guns to this, just make it shoot out stuff. And then now I hit the control up, it goes up by 1, up by angle, and goes down by 1 at angle. If I hit up or down, reset it. And now I'm gonna hit shift, which was really just a simple thing, just like what I did with the angle. Just teleporting by 1 block at a time. Then after that, and once again I showed off the spacebar, sets it back to its origin. Now I'm gonna hit escape, and it exits the application. And that right there is my Sprite Mover. Let me see if I covered everything in the to-do list. I got the Sprite import and display, which is this thing right here. There's the ship right there. Then I got get key down, which I showed over the courses of the various scripts I've shown. And then I got get key, which I've shown as well. And then I have direct movement by setting position. I have that as well, as we see right here. Movement speed 0 2, and with the shift, as it teleports across the screen. Added movement by adding movement and vector to the position, as I've done. You see that in the code, as I change the vectors to where it gives it movement and move speed, and then movement speed public, which is already what I've shown previously. Simultaneous key presses, I've done that, showing the sprite moves across the screen. Mono behavior enabled and disabled, I've shown that in my scripts. Game magic set as active, I've also shown that in my scripts. Application.quit, I've shown that with my exit script. Bug error free, I believe so. The application runs smoothly, and I've glossed over the code and I haven't had any problems with it. I'm sure there's probably better, more effective ways to code, but as for now, that's the best of my knowledge. And I've shown the comments within the code, and my project organization, that's up to the teacher's discretion, I believe. And game exceeds minimum requirements. I don't think it, well, the only thing I've done to exceed minimum requirements was the resize script I've shown beforehand. That was just me messing around, trying to see what works and what doesn't. And obviously this doesn't work for enlarging the object. I think I would have to, if I want to enlarge, I would have to go to scale, but I don't know the term for scale for the programming behind it, so I'll have to look that up later on my free time. But yeah, that is going to be my Sprite Mover application. Hope you enjoyed.